Hello everybody, and welcome to Penumbra Overture. This is a new playthrough I'm starting right about now. And I'm gonna jump straight into it. Oh yeah, I should probably mention my name. My name is Travis. Thank you for tuning in. I kinda wanna do hard, but at the same time I don't want this game to take a century to finish. I'm gonna do it on normal. I like to play a lot of games on hard, but in my own time. If I'm doing a recording, I try to keep it to something manageable, but not necessarily a walk in the park. If that makes any sense.
For my part in this allegory, I'm not going to make the same mistakes my father made. Howard vanished from my mother's life before I was even in it, so when he sent me a letter a few days after Mum's funeral, it was the first I'd ever heard from him. Pity he was dead. Writing from beyond the grave must be a genetic habit in my bloodline. His letter contained a key, instructions, pleas for forgiveness. I figured the dead don't have much use for absolution, so I turned to his prophetic passing, which he inexplicably expected to come any day. Clearly averse to explanations, my father preferred to leave directions to a bank on Mayfair I'd never even heard of. In that bank was a safety deposit box in his name, and myself as executor. Of course, I went, as he knew I would. I discovered that despite the evidence, he'd been legally declared dead almost 30 years ago. And so the old book and collection of notes I found had, in the eyes of the law, been mine all this time. My father's instructions were to burn the documents, raise no further questions. But that was his error. No man's immune to the shameful trappings of curiosity, and my humanity got the better of me. The university I taught at was world-renowned for two things: physics and linguistics. I represented the first, and the man who stood for the second was stumped by my recent acquisition. The book was indecipherable. The notes, however, showed a location somewhere in uninhabited northern Greenland. It took me almost a year to book the last flight I'd ever taken. As I watched civilization disappear along with Heathrow, I realised my father had disappeared 3 decades ago, almost to the day, and I considered in turn what it was that I was leaving behind. We landed on a strip of ice a few feet wide, and within minutes I was pulling away on a chartered boat, beginning the 12-hour journey that would lead me into my past.
Very mysterious. His father claimed to be dead 30 years ago, and yet only recently did he receive this note. Finally, we're almost docked. I better stow my gear. I may be far from home, but chances are I can still pick things up using left mouse, and I can take a closer look at things using right mouse. Whiskey, empty, shame. Always good to have a notebook. N, to jot down something interesting and reminders. P, N and P. Torch in the desk drawer next to the bed. Oh, shit! This game is definitely aged, and not aged very well. But, you know what? That's totally fine. Or hopefully with the F shortcut. Oh, okay. I can turn it on and off. It's not a horrible looking game. It's really not. It's not bad. It's just dated. Some things look a little blurry, you know. There's nothing you can do about that. Unless, you know, somebody makes some kind of mod to overhaul the graphics of the game, but we're not going to worry about that. Playing the game as basic as it could be, that's what we're all about right now. Dearest Eric, just a quick note before you set sail and leave me once again. I left you a little something to remember me by in the chest at the foot of your bed. I really don't know why you still have only one bed on board. Taking shifts because of it is no way to get your rest. But what does a fisherman's wife know of life at sea? I'll be praying every night for you to make the catch you need so that you can come home to me safely and soon. Please don't be gone for 5 weeks like last time. I know I might nag sometimes, but I do love you, you know. I've washed these overalls of yours. I know you'll get them covered in assorted fish parts in no time, but I still feel better knowing they've had a wash. Before I forget, the Henriksons in the village have asked me to see if you'll be coming by any trout, but I said they were mostly out of season. If you do happen upon any, don't say anything. Stow them well in the ice, and I'll do something special with them to celebrate when you come home to me. I the ship's captain deserves a special treatment once in a while. Take care of my love. Yeah. I'm getting a lot of, hold on, sorry, I gotta fix something. I'm getting a lot of lag just from turning. That is not good. Okay, so you know what? There seems to be very little I can do about the lag I get from turning, which sucks. I can see that being a problem as we go on in the game. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of the perceived technicals of this and figuring something out here. I don't know how much more I can do. I'm certain this map's a good decade or so out of date, but landmarks don't change much in Greenland, so I've got a pretty decent idea of where I'm heading. You brought a lot of food with you, too. Well, let's travel the padlock. Key, mines in... Okay. Oh, that's weird. This country seems to exist in a permanent state of twilight. That's concerning, to say the least, but that's alright. Could come in handy if the torch runs out of battery. Should be able to access it through my inventory or with G. What is that, a flare? A little ghoulish, but should be a decent fallback if the torch cuts out. And some extra batteries. Oh, I guess it just automatically uses it, kind of like Amnesia. It just dumps the batteries in. I mean, I feel like that's a little bit wasteful, don't you? If you're just constantly pushing out, like, the second oldest pair, or the oldest pair of batteries you got in there already. Ah, you know what? Whatever. I like this glow stick. That's really nice. Okay. Oh, alright. I can go now. Alright. As I stepped off the boat, setting out into the blizzard that had formed around me, I realized how utterly devoted I'd been to the discovery of my father's past. I had no idea what to expect. Soon enough, my concerns were justified. I don't know whether I lost my orientation or my spirit first, but I lost feeling in my extremities soon after, and knew hypothermia was setting in. I started looking for shelter. You got off the boat and immediately started feeling hypothermia? Damn. Yeah, we should probably get a move on here. My entire head went numb a long time ago, but I can still hear the wind roaring past. Or is that some kind of animal in the distance? What in the hell is that? I don't care, I need shelter. Looks frozen shut, need something to break in. Do I have something to break in? No! No! I have nothing! I wonder if there's anything back here. Yes. If I click and hold the interact button, I should be able to... Whatever. Yeah, I already know this. Look, I've played Amnesia before, alright? I think I know what I'm doing. Boom! Oh, no. I don't like this. This is way slow. This is way too slow for my liking. Alright. Oh, shit! I wasn't sure if that was gonna, like, be a game-ending drop, or if that was actually going to, you know, save my life, get me out of here. Move on to the next area, I should have said. Okay, so it sounds like the ladder snapped off by the sounds of it. Jesus, my head, I can't believe I fell that far and survived, although looking around, maybe I didn't. What is this place? You can't believe you fell that far and survived. I mean, that's not very far. I mean... yeah, I guess I did just drop through the ceiling, so you didn't really get to climb down that, so never mind. I am in the wrong. A heavy-looking wooden barrel. Could be anything inside of it. Maybe you're right. Maybe there could be anything inside of it. A steel rod. A metal rod. That's helpful. Can I pry it out of the way with this? No. Thank you. That was a very curt answer. Was this a flare? That is a flare. Okay. A basic wooden door. Very astute. Another flare. I don't know what that is. Looks like canned food. Maybe tuna or some kind of food like that. A hammer. Let's see. I can swing this hammer if I hold left mouse. I can take a backswing by pulling the mouse right, and then follow through by pushing left. The opposite works too. Pulling back and then thrusting forward produces a stabbing motion. I reckon if I hold down right mouse after the backswing, I should still be able to look around. Okay, I don't know why that's important. I don't think I'm going to be able to fight anything in this game. Yeah, lots of boxes of ammunition doesn't really ring like safe to me, to be honest. Oh, I can pull these over? I had no idea. Shelf is falling apart. No, it doesn't look like there's anything behind there. So I don't really have any reason to pull it over. I kind of wanted to, just in case, but, you know, whatever. These shelves are as old as anything else around here. Could be over 50 years. Alright. Let's see if this does anything. Yeah, there's no point to that. Let's take a look around here. Yeah, there's no point to that. What am I doing here? Yeah, that looks like blood to me. Maybe I'm wrong. There's something more comforting. Oh, shit. I didn't even know that that was there. Yeah, there's something more comforting to me about using the glow stick than the flashlight. The flashlight might be more useful for the distance, because look at this. This glow stick barely goes beyond this room. I mean, given we're close to the edge. But, bam. So I guess it really depends on which you want first. Distance or light. Quality of light. Bam. I hope y'all can see. I can see pretty well. The, what is it? The night vision in this game is pretty good. Better than Amnesia. Works its wonders. Yeah, look at that. That's perfect. You sound like you're afraid, man. You shouldn't really be afraid. I mean, well, you know, maybe. Who knows? This looks like some kind of industrial mechanism, although there's a hole in the center and no way to operate it. I guess that wouldn't be operating. What the hell was that? Yeah, no wonder. Yeah, can we move it out of the way? Oh, well, you know what? I didn't even think of that until I just started hitting it, but maybe there is something in here. I did mention that there could be anything inside these barrels. I am kind of wanting to find out now. Nothing in there, no. Can I open that? Do I gotta go back through here? No, I can't go back through there. Okay. Do I just have to put this away? Alright, let me put this away, see if I can't, oh yeah, I do have to put it away to interact with stuff. Okay, that makes sense. I get you. I see what you're trying to do. Give it to me to leave everything unexplored. Yeah, I saw there was a flare back here. Oh, come on. Did it just... Oh, no. Whatever. More. There we go. One more for good measure. And there we go. Although there's still nothing here that can help me. Nope, not even in here. Okay. Oh, no, I have a metal pipe. That's right, I forgot. I completely forgot about that, actually. Nice. It was a very odd mechanism for turning. You'd figure they would have a crank. Depending on how old this place is, I can't really be mad about that, though. Whatever I was descending into, it was 100 feet below ground, protected by 2 solid metal hatches, located in a remote Arctic wilderness and buried beneath the snow. I didn't know what to expect, but it made me feel something I hadn't felt since I was a child. I'd never given it much thought before, but I realized that our entire society is a network of safety nets. Emergency services at the end of a phone line, health and safety in the workplace, friends, family, lovers, all there. If something goes wrong, part of a carefully designed structure to prevent all but the most mundane of emotions. Once again, I felt like I did when I was in school, surrounded by a closing ring of older kids, knowing anyone that might help me, friends, parents, teachers, were too scared or too far away. Jotted down a note just in case. Now, let's take a look. Okay, that's not what I was looking for. The entrance to the cave is caved in. Oh shit! If anyone or anything hears me, I'd be best off staying low and out of sight until I know whether or not it's a threat. Crouching by pressing left control will give me the chance to hide in the shadows. I'll know I've got it right because of the blue tint to my vision. Plus, I should be quiet enough that I won't be heard unless something's right on top of me. Better remember to shut off my light sources, though. Okay. Am I expecting something? I hate this music. This music is awful. This is making me really, really anxious. Like that, I'll be virtually invisible, and after some time I should get my night vision back. Provided I stay still. Okay, here's this. This is where we're at. The office. If I take 2 lefts, I should be there. So it's basically left, forward, and right. I think I can manage that. Okay, this is where it starts to get really nerve-wracking. I hate this with a passion. If I had to name one thing that I hate about all of this, it would be this right here. Okay, I feel mildly safer, but I don't know if there's any... Ugh, Jesus Christ, that was loud. Fuck, I'm getting scared by the sound of the game loading into a different zone. Wait, what the hell is that? You know, that looks almost exactly like the things from Amnesia. I wonder if these games' universes are connected in any way. I wouldn't think so. But, I mean, they are made by the same company, and, well, I don't know. Backs trim. Another unremarkable week in Greenland. Regular supply shipment received, standard emergency drills carried out, routine runaway maintenance completed. I have ordered maintenance to be carried out twice weekly from here on in due to increased snowfall. 1 wounded. 1 wounded figure is no cause for concern. Back in London, the Germans haven't extended their front line by 4,000 miles. 2 of my men were caught manufacturing cherry bombs in our workshop/armory and succeeded in blowing off a couple of fingers. I take partial responsibility for this, in that I allowed them to access the demolitions manual we keep in the storeroom. And I'm sure that's where they learnt the ingredients. As a precautionary measure, I have now locked up that manual in the chest in my office and will keep the key on my person at all times. Needless to say, both men have been disciplined and the injured man has been sent home for medical care. I cannot help but think that a more suitable punishment would have been for him to stay here, but the matter is out of my hands. The base is so disconnected sometimes. I feel as if this war could end and we might not even hear about it all the way out here. They are requesting dynamite for excavation, 7 bayonets, not necessary in his opinion. 1 industrial ice pick for removing ice that forms on the external hatch. 1 pair of reading glasses, category 7C, in order for myself. Reconditioning of the mine continues to progress. The structure is being fortified from potential bomb damage, and excavation of previously caved-in areas is going ahead. 1 point of curiosity is some kind of archaeological find, an artifact buried in the earth and discovered by one of the work teams. Later this evening, after martial duty, I shall take a closer look at the artifact. It appears to be man-made and may have working parts inside. I shall remove what looks like a front cover and see if I can't discover the source of light which constantly emanates from it. Chief NCO M. Major. Alright. Copenhagen Post. Researchers at the University of Copenhagen have suggested that mind-altering chemicals naturally sown into the rock may be the cause of high suicide rates at a Greenland mine. The university, which has been recently conducting studies in isolated communities, first became interested in the workers of northwestern lead mine last year. They discovered that even taking into account Greenland's naturally higher suicide rate, local figures for the last 100 years were abnormally high, at 46 deaths per 100,000 populace, compared to the national average of 29. On further investigation, experts diagnosed in many of the miners symptoms in common with the earlier stages of paranoid schizophrenia. This has prompted researchers to hypothesize that natural deposits of lysergic acid, a pH4 formula recently discovered to have hallucinogenic properties, may be present in the rocks. Few locals were conducive to interview, but those who agreed to speak had their own explanations. Inuit spirits, known as the Turngate, lived in the mountains. Turngate? I'm going to pronounce it the way it's spelled. Turngate. The university is awaiting the results of chemical testing. Studies continue. Oh, there's a key. And this is where a monster would pop in. A man. An old man, clutching something unseen. He is strange, and yet he is no stranger. Never seen before, still I know this man before me is Howard. I call him Father. Odd that you're calling a man you don't even know Father. I mean, how do you know if you don't know it's him? You've never seen him before? Oh, that's so weird. Typewriter dates back further than the war in 1923. What is this? Beef jerky. Beef jerky, not without aroma. I have a feeling that's going to be bad for me. Picking that up just makes it easier for whatever, like, wolf I heard growling down here. Oh, more beef jerky. I just keep cursing myself. Yeah, look at this chest. Isn't that the exact same chest from Amnesia? Like, if there was any other way to tell that these worlds are connected somehow, you know, I can't imagine there was a better example than this. Oh. Damn it. Big Book of Explosives, 1923 edition. Black Match Fuse. Black match fuse is one of the oldest, simplest, and most reliable fuses in modern pyrotechnics. It's easy to create, essentially consisting of just string and gunpowder. But be warned, the chemicals concerned will stain clothing, and as always, due concern is advised. Materials required: string, preferably cotton, black gunpowder, and backstrin. I already have 1/3 of that. The string should be coated with a thin layer of backstrin, which acts as an adhesive. The string is then carefully rolled in the gunpowder and left to dry at least a couple of minutes before use. Invented by Alfred Noble in 1866, dynamite is commonly used in construction, mining, and demolition. It is proved far safer to handle than alternatives such as pure nitroglycerin, provided, that is, it has been properly stored. Over time, the explosive component of dynamite, supposedly made safe by the presence of the I don't even know, has a tendency to weep, making an old box of the explosive liable to detonate on contact. What? Materials required: 1 part diatomaceous, I don't even know, man. 3 parts nitroglycerin and a small amount of sodium carbonate. Text unreadable, and then simply form into short sticks and wrap in paper. TNT was first discovered in 1863 by German chemist Joseph Wilbrand. It took some years before it yielded its true potential. This was because of the difficulty of making it explode and the lesser detonation in comparison to dynamite. The main advantage was discovered by the German Navy, who employed TNT's relative explosive stability in order to cause massive damage to British warships. Their torpedoes could be detonated inside a ship's armor rather than exploding on contact, as did other shells. Armstrong's Mixture. Armstrong's Mixture is included in this book as a more of a point of interest than a viable chemical mix. The formula exists as a somewhat of a legend in modern pyrotechnics, referenced by those knowledgeable enough to stay away from it as death mix. Its incredible volatility makes it unsuitable for almost all potential applications. Materials required is red phosphorus and barium. Or barium, I don't know. This mixture can be carefully and slowly mixed to minimize risk to the chemist. Sulfur can substitute for some or all of the barium to slightly decrease sensitivity. That was a lot to read. My face hurts from that. Am I missing anything? I don't think I am. Everything is fine. Well, everything is okay. Anyway. I know we didn't get to see a monster yet, or an enemy at least, a wolf, whatever's down here. But I'm gonna have to end the video there. I've been recording for just a little bit too long. But the next one should be just a little bit longer, so thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you sticking with me. I'm hoping to pump out more content very soon. So you know what? If you liked the video and you want to support the channel, you can like, subscribe, and comment. All three of those things would help me out immensely. You have no idea how much that would help me out. Or maybe you do. I mean, I imagine that anybody who watches this is probably a pretty smart person. Even if they don't. World's full of smart people. I don't need to tell you what to do. So yeah, if you like it, you know what to do. You can find me in the next episode. I'm going to keep strolling on through this neighborhood that we call Penumbra. And you know, maybe we'll get some real estate in the next one. Maybe I'll die in the next one. I seem to be good at that in video games. So anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.